Today, we're going to be speaking with Dr. Richard Kalb, the Associate Dean for Students at the College of Arts and Sciences at New York University. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you, Sanvi. It's really nice to be here. And I'm really happy to talk to you.
Thank you. Let's get started with our first question. What are some good opportunities that NYU has to offer, and what are some of the qualities that make NYU unique?
Well, I think NYU is especially unique because of our position here in New York City and because of the fact that we are a very large research university. So students that come to our school in the College of Arts and Science or one of the other schools in the university have the opportunity to work closely with faculty on research projects. The faculty are all pursuing research, important research in many different areas, from genomics to art history to political science. And students can participate with the faculty in research projects and really get a leg up, if you will, in terms of understanding and going more deeply into a particular topic, the opportunity to work with someone who's a real professional in the field. This is second to none, in what we offer students. We offer also a very special global program because we have global sites around the world. There are sites. A student can go there and study as easily as they can come to Washington Square here in New York and take a course. All of these courses are our courses taught by faculty that have been approved by us, our departments here at the Square, and they're outstanding opportunities. These are outstanding academic opportunities and outstanding cultural opportunities.
Definitely.
So I also talked about New York City, and of course, we have all the different corporations of the world, if you will, somehow are connected to New York City with offices or otherwise. And these are opportunities for students to pursue internships. There are also then ways to get connected and network with these businesses and corporations for future employment. So you put all of this together in terms of research, global opportunities, internships available in the city, as well as just simply experiencing the city culturally and socially. It's a tremendous opportunity for our students. And I think these are hallmarks, if you will, of our education. You can, of course, get some of these things at other institutions. However, here, I think we've put them all together in a special way where you can really benefit from all of them and in your experience as a student. I'm in the College of Arts and Science, but of course we have the Stern School of Business. We have a more individualized program in Gallatin, our Tisch School of the Arts, our Steinhardt School of Education, our Silver School of Social, all of these different opportunities. And the linkage that we have with our law school and with our med school and the dent school and nursing also gives opportunities, not only in terms of experience working with some of these people in these professions, but also then helps in terms of their application process if they choose to go on to a career in one of those professions.
Right,
I
definitely.
think that talks a lot about NYU. I'm sure I missed quite a few things, but a big hallmark of NYU is our involvement in the community in terms of community service and outreach to different parts of the city and communities that might not have the same opportunities or might not have the same gateway experiences that our students have, and our students can really help them and also be a kind of a mentor for students in these high schools and grade schools especially, and to show them that there is a chance to move forward, and they can help them with that. And they do. They're very involved, but not just with children or in schools, but also with every aspect of helping people in the city.
That's great. So you mentioned NYU's research opportunities. Can you please talk a bit more about that and how, if any grants are given to students?
Sure. So we have what we call the Dean's Undergraduate Research Fund that's available to students, and a student can apply for this grant any number of times throughout their undergraduate career. As part of that, we also have what we call a first and second year training grant that helps students learn some of the basics of research. So students will connect with a faculty person that has a similar interest to theirs. It might be a laboratory, or it might be a library research project, for a humanities course, whatever. And the student can put forth an application for one of these grants, and they can receive funding for the research that they're doing with that faculty member. And the funding might augment, a possible job that they would have, and they would need this extra money for the job, but instead of doing the job, they can pursue the research with the faculty. The good thing about this, it just doesn't stop with the research project, because we have every year an undergraduate research conference, which is a tremendous opportunity for students to present their research and to have it critiqued by faculty. We have over 500 students and 500 faculty usually each year who participate in this in the spring. And it's really a tremendous event, if you will, in the College of Arts and Science. And it doesn't stop there, because we have a journal, a research journal, Inquiry, and we publish each year the abstracts of our students' research projects. So this is available on the website online, and we also have a print copy of it. So a student, by the time they graduate, can go through this whole experience of working with a faculty member, presenting at a conference, and actually having a publication. These are also students who are then pursuing the honors track in their major. So they are writing a thesis, probably related to the research, and graduating with that distinction as well. We have also, as part of this grant, a number of our students, probably more so in pre-COVID times than right now, but this will start up. Faculty are presenting at national conferences in their particular discipline, and they take our students with them. And so we provide funding for the students to present at the conference with the faculty person, or maybe to even give their own presentation. And many times these students are also then given credit for their research along with the faculty person in the professional journal of the discipline of the faculty person. So it's a great opportunity for research here.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of schools have gotten test optional now. Do you think it's more advantageous to submit test scores if a college has a test optional policy?
This is in terms of the application process.
Yes.
It's optional in a lot of schools, as you say, and I really don't think it makes much difference in the application process, but it does depend on the school. I would also say it depends on the scores. So if the scores are not to an applicant's advantage, I don't know that you'd want to put forward anything that wasn't going to be to your advantage. You need to, on an application, be totally honest and upfront about everything, okay? At the same time, you want to highlight your strengths in application, and that's really important. That's an important part of any application.
Yeah. What stands out to admissions counselors, and what skills do they look for?
I think admissions counselors are inundated with a lot of qualified students here at NYU, we have a tremendous number of applicants each year. And I would say they're looking to, be able to actually, if you will, see or have a good picture of the applicant on paper. So a really genuine application where a student presents honestly upfront who they are, what they're about, what their interests are, why they want to attend that school, whatever school they're applying to, is probably the best application. It's an application where the person applying becomes so real on the paper. They practically jump off the page. Okay. So there's no magic to this. You can't get away with being a fake, if you will. It's really genuinely who you are as an applicant. And then that really rings true, of course, to the person reading it. And then the recommendation or recommendations, support that and reinforce that picture in the essay that the applicant has presented. So, recommendations are really important as well, because it doesn't matter who the recommendation is from. It doesn't have to be the president of the high school. If the president of the high school really doesn't know the applicant or know the student applying, but this one teacher that maybe a student had in their sophomore year of high school has been someone they stayed in contact with and really knows them and can really present who they are in a way that supports the student's image of him or herself. That's really what stands out in an application, I think. It's knowing the student and being able to present that. So you do have to, and of course, it has to be a good recommendation. So so I think that's important when asking someone to write a recommendation, that you ask them if underscore that it needs to be a good one, but provide them with the necessary information so that they can make a good recommendation.
Right.
And even though they know you well, that they really can, give them all of the tools that they need to write a long, really good recommendation. Maybe I went a little overboard there on that question, but
no, it's really helpful. Thank you. So aside from recommendations, what's the key to writing a good personal statement?
I think, as I said, just being genuine, being who you are. And also some schools offer you the opportunity to write an essay or something. In all of this material, including the application itself, have someone else look at it, have someone else proofread it. Because there are so many applicants to a number of really good schools like ours, spelling errors, grammar errors are not going to make you a good applicant. And it's easy to make a little error like that, a typo, but there should not be a typo. So I would say that's key. And you can have someone else get other opinions as you're writing this. But it really needs to be your own. It cannot be, someone else's writing. That never works. Never works.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important aspect of the application that students overlook?
I think that students, and a lot of people do this, students applying to graduate school sometimes get into this. They think the importance of the person writing, as I said, the recommendation, is key. It's not. It's it's the fact that the person writing the recommendation really knows and understands the applicant.
Mhm.
So I think that is the one most important aspect of an application, that just people get confused. They think, so and so has a connection, you know, they have a connection with me, or they have a connection with somebody, and that's for sure gonna get them in. No, it isn't. And especially if that person writing it really doesn't know them
Right.
all that well, that doesn't work.
Mhm. In general, what are some good opportunities that students should take during high school to increase their chances of acceptance?
I would say just be themselves. I know everyone does community service. Everyone has good grades.
Mhm.
Everyone does extracurricular activities. Okay, so everyone does all of these things already, you
Mhm.
know? I don't think there's any magic. Uh, I would say that if an applicant has developed a passion for a certain project, whatever that is, that might be something relating to helping a person in need, or younger children, or whatever it is.
Mhm.
If it's really a passion of the applicant, something that they really meaningful for them, something that they've done, uh, that's a good. I think that's a good thing. In other
Mhm.
words, that's not about the quantity of things that someone has done. It's about the quality,
Right.
and the fact that it's been something that's so important to them that they've persisted in it over a period of time. And
Mhm.
it's genuinely their project, you know? Um, that's, I think that's an applicant that stands out,
Mhm.
especially, I would say, as a leader, actually, as a leader.
So leadership is a very important quality that colleges look for, like
I
NYU.
think, yeah, I think leadership is, yeah, I think, but it's not about being, president of the class necessarily.
Mhm.
You can be a leader by having this passionate project,
Definitely.
whatever. There are many different ways to be a leader. Uh,
Mhm.
might be being president of the class, but there are many different ways.
Mhm.
So I think leadership's important. Yes.
Do you have any other advice for high schoolers looking to apply to NYU soon?
Well, looking to apply to NYU, I would say if you really like a big city, I would say, and a complex place, uh, I would say come to campus, take a
Mhm.
tour, talk to our students, especially. Uh, if you want to talk to our faculty, have at it on the web. They're generally pretty good in responding. Not always, but they generally are.
Mhm.
I think that we are uh, not for everyone, I would say,
Mhm.
because of our environment and the challenges that presents.
Mhm.
We also, uh, an assertive student, a real go-getter student person, does very, very well here and
Mhm.
excels. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the type of student that really fits nicely. And it's about the fit. Wherever,
Right.
you know, it's important, I think, to visit a number of different schools
Mhm.
and see how you feel about fitting in there. And if a student feels, oh, I'm not so sure, then that's probably not a good place to go.
Mhm.
If it's a place where, oh, I feel like, geez, this is really, really nice. This is really great. I feel at home, feel comfortable here. I really could live here and do well here. If it's a good fit, a student will be really successful
Mhm.
on all levels, academically, personally, socially, culturally, every which way. Okay.
Mhm.
If it's trying to make oneself fit into a place that's not quite there in terms of comfortableness,
Mhm.
then it's often not going to really work. It's going to be even more challenging than it is, natural, because it's a challenge. It's a real transition
Right. Yeah.
from high school to college. Okay,
Mhm.
it's not it's not easy often, and I always say the transition for some people is a week long, and oh my God, they're right at home. For other students, the transition takes a month or even a semester or longer
Yeah.
before they really feel they've transitioned
Mm.
into college. So we offer a lot of support services to help students with that,
Mhm.
in terms of their academic advisor, in terms of our wellness and counseling services, our residence hall programs that we have. All of these resources are there for students to help with that transition.
Mhm.
But it is a transition.
Right.
But I would first, when you visit, feel comfortable. And that's where you make your decision.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter if it's a small little school or a big, huge school. A school that seems really important, or a school that has a great reputation as being the number one. It doesn't matter, as long as a person is successful in college, and then they will be successful moving forward.
Right.
That's what I believe is important.
Mhm. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any other closing remarks?
No, I don't think so. Have we covered everything that you wanted to on this?
Yes, all of your advice was very helpful and all of your
I
information.
really hope, I'm excited about this video. I really hope that it does help students in some small way.
Mhm.
It's been an honor for you to ask me to do this. So I really,
Well, thank you so much. Your guidance really helped. It was very
I wish you
interesting.
all the best, all the success. And whoever listens to this going forward, I wish all of you success in your application process. If you come to NYU, look me up.
Mhm. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
thank you.